What do you see?
I feel like I'm in this big white room. Everything is like shiny and white. Like the floor, the ceiling, everything is made out of the same kind of hard, shiny material, like shiny metal or shiny, or like super clean, like creepy clean.
Do you see any furniture? Do you see anything else?
No.
The cleanliness of it?
Oh, no furniture. Like echoes. I know it just has that big kind of empty feeling, but I feel like it's just sort of like there's more to it. Wherever I am, this is just sort of the entrance.
Okay. So before we get to that entrance, can you describe yourself?
I think I'm female. I feel tall. I feel like really long and lanky. Yeah. Like maybe not so much, not like a human, like I'm really tall and thin. My arms are really long and my legs are really long.
Interesting.
But I don't think I'm wearing shoes, or if I am, they're just really simple, like a slipper sock kind of thing. It's not like a shoe. I feel like I'm wearing a long dress or a robe or something. It's really simple, but it goes all the way down to the floor. I feel like my face doesn't even look like what it doesn't look like what I expected it to look like.
What does it look like?
Like kind of exaggerated, like a long face. I don't feel like I look strange, but it's just different than what I expected to see.
What else?
I feel kind of important. I almost want to say, like the word royal is in my head, but I don't know if that's the right word. Just important. Like a leader.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Like I think people look to me for, like to give the go ahead on things. Like I don't necessarily make every single decision, but I'm the one that they come to talk to about what's going on and like to help finalize whatever it is that we're deciding, whatever is going on. I feel like wise, like I've been around for a long time and I kind of just understand things that maybe not everybody is going to notice in different details. I feel like everybody else kind of has a similar look to me, just not as tall. I feel like I'm so much, I don't know why I'm so tall. I could take up a lot of space. Or like maybe it's just that I have a presence. Everybody else is wearing kind of a uniform, like we're on a ship. Like very sort of pressed and, yeah, like a jumpsuit kind of. Some people have little, like flare.
What do you mean by flare?
Yeah, or like things that they've earned. It's not necessarily that they're military, but like achievement. Little pins and things sewn onto their clothes.
So you're not human, but is there a certain name that you call yourselves, or?
The only word that I don't know, Pleiadian. Maybe that's why I'm so tall.
Pleiadian?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever comes to your mind first.
That's the only word that came into my head. I don't know. I have super long hair too. I feel like my face, like it's like almost human, but not, I can't tell what's different other than just they exaggerate like the length and fair. Like really light blonde hair. Almost sort of like elf-like features. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
But everybody else on the ship, even the more I'm focusing, they look different though. They look more like they look more like what you would picture like an alien, like a gray. So I don't know if I'm just I think they're taking me somewhere. Or I'm helping them go somewhere. I think I'm helping them go somewhere.
Okay.
Like I agreed to go and help them to find something, or help them to go whatever it is that they're trying to do. Like I agreed to guide them.
So let's go there. Let's go to the place that you're supposed to go.
They're just observing something. Like we're not really we're not going somewhere to really do anything. It seems like I don't know. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be doing. I feel like we're just watching or waiting for something. Like I was helping them get there. Or watching Earth. We're like parked. I think there's a lot of people, or a lot of other ships. And everyone's just kind of parked and watching.
You're also waiting, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are you waiting for?
Shift. The word shift.
Interesting. Tell me more.
I think we're all just trying to, we're watching, but we're sort of also protecting is the word that, like we're trying to help, I think. Protecting.
Protecting from what?
From themselves.
Gotcha.
We're trying to help sort of filter, like everyone is trying to send in as much positivity as we can and like filter out whatever is getting in the way. I've seen like light go in, and as it goes in, like little bits of dark kind of gray fog is kind of coming out. So like as we send in this light and positivity, I'm watching little bit at a time, this like little pieces of dark shadow kind of flying out. Yeah, I think we're just trying to keep sending in as much light as we can to balance out all the crap that they're doing.
Yeah. That's amazing you're doing that. But I'd like to know, why is this shift happening? What is this light that keeps coming in?
We're just trying to fill it back up. We're just trying to fill it up with as much as everyone's trying to fill it up. Like, there are souls and people on the earth who are doing it too. But we're trying to do it from the outside as well. We have to fill it up. Because the dark is so heavy. It's like all, like when sediment sinks to the bottom of something, you know, like a glass bottle. You know, you picture like pouring dirt or something in a glass bottle and all the dirt sinks to the bottom. But if you force the water in there, it'll kind of disrupt it and push it back up through the top. And if you do it long enough and you shove the water in there with enough pressure, that eventually all that dirt will kind of fly out the top of the bottle or the glass. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We're trying to like force feed it as much light as we can so that all the dirt that's at the bottom will be forced back out. Can't stay like that anymore.
Okay. So let's move forward in time just a bit once you've finished all the cleaning. So what is happening now? What do you see now?
That's funny. I keep hearing that is now. That is now.
It's happening now.
Yeah, that is now.
Okay.
Trying to see forward. I feel like eventually we do get it to where there's more clean water than sediment, you know.
So what does the earth look like now? Once all the sediment is gone? How's it different?
It doesn't look so dense. It doesn't look that much different. I almost want to say like like when you look at a hologram versus looking at a real life model of something, or it just sort of, you can tell that there's not as much density to it. Like, it still looks the same. I'm not saying that it's like that you can just stick your hand through it or anything. It's just not as heavy. It has less, I don't know if mass is the right word, just, yeah, less density. It feels better. And people are, it's fun. I think I see everybody's like yawning and stretching, like when you wake up from a really good nap, everybody is like, what the heck just happened? But everybody seems okay. There's people in the ship that we're on. There weren't people before.
Human?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some of the people weren't. They were not going to be able to. There was like one last big blast, like that we had to do to get all the rest of the sediment out of the glass, and some of the souls were not ready to handle it. And so we brought them up. That's what all the ships were for. There were all the ships around. We weren't the only ones. And so we brought them up into the ship so that we could do that one last blast. And so everybody is just kind of hanging out. I think they're all sort of just sleeping. They're not. It's very quiet. I think they would be more upset if they were aware. They're just sort of like suspended. But everybody on Earth is okay. But it was one of those things that even though we've been trying, we've been filling it up for a long time, we've been sending all this light and trying to fill it up and trying to blast all that the sediment off the bottom, but there comes a point where you have to clean the corners of the bottle. So that's what that last big blast was for. We're all a little beat. We're kind of glad that all the humans on the ship are sleeping, because it took a lot of energy. But we're all just kind of watching. And the earth looks so pretty. Like, sparkly.
Nice.
Like it's had a good shoe shine.
Wow.
It still looks the same. It still looks like Earth. It's just kind of has that nice glow about it.
Nice.
And then I think we're going to take the people back. They weren't going to be able to. That last blast was going to be too much. Yeah.
That's incredible. So what happens now?
I think we have to wait a couple days. I don't want to say it's like radiation, but sort of. Like there's still too much energy concentrated. It needs to sort of dissipate and settle a little bit before we can bring everybody back. Or they'll still be too overwhelmed. They're going to have a hard time anyway. I think some people chose not to stay at all. Like, I think some people were just too dense. Some people chose to reincarnate somewhere else. But the ones who were sort of in the middle, who maybe weren't prepared to handle that last big blast of energy, but who could adapt once the dust settled, those are the ones that we have on the ship. And then the people that are on Earth were the ones that were already prepared, whether they realized it or not. They were already ready. There's a lot of people who are ready but aren't openly, don't realize that they're, just because people aren't necessarily talking about it.
Wow. That's such an incredible event you just described. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's a couple of days or it's hard to tell. I mean, time is kind of irrelevant. I want to say it's a few days, like 3 days or something, but it could be longer. I don't know. And all the people that are on Earth I think they understand what's going on. Like they know that just because their loved ones are not, if they're not there, that they're okay. The people that are on Earth are not worried. They know what's going on. I'm hearing that they already have their tasks. Like they already know what to do. We've been practicing, sort of. Like everybody has their job, and they're kind of settling into what they know is going to be the next phase. So there are people getting ready to receive all the people that we have on our ships. And there are people who are setting up like healing, I want to say like clinics, like, we don't really need hospitals so much. That's not necessary. There's better ways of doing it. So eventually we bring all the people back, and everybody, they're a little wobbly and a little shaken, but they're okay.
Yeah.
They're not sure. And so we've been explaining to them what's going on during this time. While they've been on the ships, we've been explaining how it's going to work, and that everybody's okay, and that anybody who's not there when we get back had already chosen, they knew that they weren't compatible with what was going on and that they needed to move on to a different place. Somewhere that they could work out all their karma and get to the point where they can incarnate again, on the new earth.
So everything and everyone's going to be okay?
Yeah, everybody's fine.
Okay.
Everybody's fine. And everybody understands that, so it's not like the way we mourn. It's not like the way we mourn right now when somebody dies or when people aren't with you. Everybody understands that the time is irrelevant. It's all everyone's fine.
Very, very good.
Nobody needs to worry.
Thank you for that. So before we move on, is there anything else from the scene? Anything at all that you'd like to address? Anything at all you'd like to...
I don't think so. Everybody's okay. Everybody's fine. Everybody gets settled. Everybody will settle in and adapt. I don't think I see too much further. I just see what my part was there for that piece.
Yeah. You had a very big part. Thank you so much.
Thank you.